Hello, everyone. I hope that you're good. Hope you've been enjoying our series so far. So this is going to be the last one that I'm going to do under a pound. So it's players between 75p and a pound. If you think maybe you'd like me to do a few more about £1 to £1 50 or 150 to £2, please let me know as well. More than happy to do it. Um, Hopefully you found some real good bargains in there. So, as always, please like, subscribe, and share. It's a brand new channel. I'm trying to get it to grow. Really appreciate your help doing that. And just kicking it off quite quickly on this video, I think some of these will speak for themselves. First one is Golovin, bit of a hipster choice on Football Index. A lot of sentiment around him. A lot of people really rate him. First of all, are you getting him at value? Massive value. He's only been £2.50. The price drops in some of these players is unreal, guys. Next one as well, if you look over here as well, which I think is key, the spreads as well on here, very, very tight. And it wouldn't take much for him if he comes back. So why is he so cheap? He's been injured for quite some time and now he's back to training. He's starting to get fit and starting to play matches. If he performs very well, he's got a very good PB baseline, which is one of the reasons why a lot of people like him. He's coming back to a very good Monaco team. Under Kovac, all their PB baselines has improved. Imagine him linking up with Ben Yedder and Volland and Gelson Martins. I think it could be amazing. Everything will go through him. He's only 24 years of age. He had 7 IPD in 25 games last season, and also he had 6 IPD in 8 games for the Euros qualifying. Um, for Russia, and he's obviously there in the Euros as well. He'll be back fit in time. So I think it's a bit of a no-brainer. I reckon he should really be ideally a pound. I don't think it would take very long for him to get back to a pound. And I think he's just an amazing talent, to be honest, in general as a player, and he's only 24. We all remember him at the World Cup as well. Very, very good. Next player, I don't really need to say too much about him. It's Zanolio of Roma. Are you getting a value? You definitely have. He's been on the rise recently. But if you look over here as well, for his injury, even Spurs were after him as well. And the reason he's so cheap is he's had his second cruciate ligament in a year, which is not great at all. Let's be honest with you. And that's the risk in this. But guys, he is only 21 years of age. He's had 2 goals and assists in qualifying for Italy. He had 6 goals and 2 assists in 26 games last season. One IPD in every 4 games. Are you getting him a value? A massive value, I think. If he comes back from his injury, I think he should be around £1.70. He's at 96p at the moment. Um, Very thin spread as well. It wouldn't take much for him to jump up to 120, 130 very, very easily. I think he's a fantastic player, great ability, great talent. Probably will move away from Roma, more than likely to a Juventus, I reckon, long term. That's usually what happens with these Italian players. But I can see him getting a link to a Premiership club, getting a link to a Real Madrid because they were after him before. And if that happens, he could be worth a fortune long term. Um, Next player on the list is a player that I'm really, really a big fan of. Is Jeff Rene Adelaide. I've tipped him for quite some time. He's now actually moved to Nice from Lyon. And to be honest, just a brief history on him. Are you getting him at value? You definitely are. He was as much as £1.46. And why was that? Well, when he was at Angers before he moved to Lyon, he won 2 PBs. He was just flying it. He had a great baseline. He could score goals. He could assist. Amazing player, really amazing player. And he's just dived because when he went to Lyon, didn't really do well, did not do well at all. And now he's reinvented himself at Nice. And why am I tipping him? Well, in the last 2 games, he's had 3 IPD. He nearly won PB the last mid game. He's linking up really well with Garigi. He's only 20 years of age. It's an exciting Nice team, and I think he'll be moving again in the future. Used to be at Arsenal. A lot of people really rate him there. He was one of their wonder kids. And I think it's too cheap for him. Look over here as well, like very thin spreads. He could easily jump very, very quickly. I think if we look in the last month, look at that spike. He went up to 74p after he got that goal and assist. I think at the price you're getting him at, he's just too cheap. When I first put him in this category, 75p to a pound, um, he was actually a lot more expensive. I'm really surprised he's so cheap. I think he should be a pound player for definite. If he keeps the form up he's going and knees start to improve, he links up with Garigi. I think he could be a £1.20 player again. I think there's no reason why he shouldn't be. And he's pretty young as well, so long term you're not really going to lose out. Another player that I'm a massive fan of is Paulinho at Leverkusen. He's only 20 years of age. Look over here as well, very thin spreads as well. Are you getting him a value? You are. He was nearly as much as 230. And the reason for that is because he got a very bad injury. He's going to be back in the next 2 months. Before his injury, this is a key thing for him as well. He's nearly 9 months out. He's back in training. He had 5 IPD in 13 games. He's peaked as much as 230, which is massive. Lots of hype in Germany around him. Lots of hype in Brazil as well. He's a very good age. He was becoming a regular before his injury. It depends how he comes back from his injury, but personally, I think he's massive value at his current price. And the last one's probably the oldest of the bunch, Ciro Immobile, main man for Lazio. As always, are you getting them at value? You definitely are. Um, um, I'm going to do some IPD player videos as well for players in every particular league. And guys, unreal. 11 IPDs in 12 games in the league, 45 last season in the league, five in the Euro qualifying for Italy, and six in the Champions League. So 17 IPD already this season. And he had coronavirus, and he wasn't really playing at the beginning of the season. Are you getting him a value? 100% getting him a value, and he can get a hat trick and he can win PB, and he is only 30. And look at some of the walls over here as well. There's not even 900 covering that 5p. That's just too cheap. He's another one where I don't understand how he's under a pound. So just in summary, Zenolio for the future, great age, himself and Golovin, two very young players with Jeff, Rene Adelaide, all coming back into form. Like Polino and Zenolio are two injury holes that are coming back now. Golovin's already back from injury. He's a very good age and a good baseline. Jeff Rene Adelaide has been playing all the way along, is now starting to hit some form that he's had back in Angers, and I think potentially he's got the ability to really kick ahead now. And then the only oldie in the bunch is Ciro Immobile that I have to enter in there because of his IPD. If you could recycle him alone, what did I say? 45 last season. That's 90p. You could get his price back alone in IPD with this guy, and then any PB after that is a bonus. So as always, guys, please like, subscribe, and share. Really appreciate all your help as well to try and grow this channel. Couldn't do it without yourselves. And please comment underneath if you want me to do extra ones in the series, like between £1 and £1.50, or £1.50 and £2. Let me know. I'm more than happy to do them. And as always, guys, happy trading.